Alright guys, this is Devin from the Psycho Controllers again, and today I'm going to do my well-promised, well-awaited how to take apart a PlayStation 3 controller guide. I know there's plenty on YouTube, but I'm going to try and make this the best possible experience for you. The best possible experience you can have while watching a how-to guide. So anyways, the first thing you need to do whenever you start off with your PlayStation 3 controller take-aparting, I know I just made up a word there. I did, but anyways, the first step to it is you need your tools. So there's 5 main screws in the back, and I have the screws over here. Just let me grab them. I just gotta grab it off. I have it on tape, so I need to grab it off. Alright, there we go. The screw looks like this. It's a little black screw. It's not that big. But yeah, that's a star head. So we're gonna need a star screwdriver. And that's pretty much all you need to take it apart, because there's only 5 main screws in the back, and all you need is a star screwdriver. So, after you have the star screwdriver, I already have it taken apart, but I'm just going to do this just for visual learners. Take apart your 5 bolts, 5 of them. Once you do that, you will take it apart. But, the only catch is, right here, let me just take apart the shell. I'm just going to put this in here to show you guys. The only thing is, once this is in here like this, as you can see, it's in there. This isn't gonna like just pop off right away. This is gonna like stay sort of like this. It's gonna stay like this, and it's not gonna come off completely, because once you this will come off. This will. Sorry, this will come off, but this part will be stuck in here, and you'll be like, how do I get it out? You know, like, I can take it out right now because I've already disassembled it, but if you have a second generation controller like me, this will be a needed, much needed tip. But if you don't have a second generation controller, don't even bother watching this part, because these two things aren't even in the third generation controllers. These are the second generation rumble pad, like the rumble mechanism. As you can see, on the edges, there's 2 little clips. What you're going to need to do is pull those clips and then pull it out. Because I watched so many videos on YouTube whenever I thought I was going to take apart my controller, and I watched and I saw all the people that had the 3rd gen didn't even bother mentioning this thing, so I ended up breaking a clip off, which really sucked. So you don't want that. So basically, after you get the clip off, once you get these 2 things off, you'll have your you'll have it open. You just plop it out like that, and then you'll have that. And then once you do that, you'll take this aside. So once you pop out the controllers, like the motherboard part, you'll have your little, you have your directional pad, and you're going to have your square, triangle, circle, X. But also, you're going to have these little rubber, sort of like stoppers, or like things you can press down on. These 2 things are going to be in the controller by the X, circle, that, directional pad, everything. That's going to be in there. So that's what holds in the, if you're ever wondering, that's what holds in the X's and the D-pads and everything. So once you do that, you could just pop that out. You should just be able to take these off, and then you'll just be able to go in your hand, and the D-pad and the X and the circle and everything will fall out. So once you do that, I'd recommend getting a bag, like what I have, a bag for all your parts. If you're ever wondering what a D-pad or anything looks like out of the controller, that's what it looks like. And we also have all this stuff. We have our X or square, we have the select and start buttons. Yeah, so basically after you do that, what you're going to want to do is try to avoid the R2 buttons. Please try to avoid not taking these off, because they're crazy hard to get back on. There's a little thing right here, it's just hard. So try to avoid not getting these off. The only time I'd ever recommend taking these off is if you are going to make your own custom buttons, like you order some off eBay. I think it's ACT Mods is where I'm gonna order mine from. So check him out on eBay. I'm pretty sure that's what his name is. But that's where I get all my buttons and gold chrome buttons I'm gonna get. Yeah, so that's the only time I ever recommend taking off the R2 trigger, because that's really hard to do. Here is where the battery connects into, like right here. Well, that's where your charging is, like, you know, where your charger is for your USB. I think there's a thing on the side. There's something on the side for the battery. Can't remember where it was, but yeah. So then you have your actual battery, your PlayStation battery. Just take that. That's what you take out afterwards. This, and side note to remember, this, whenever you take apart the motherboard, this will be hanging onto it, and if you have a second generation controller, I think it works with the thirds too, there should just be this, and you should be able to just go boop, pull it off, and it'll come off at the little wire. Okay, so, yeah, basically put all your parts in a bag, your X, Y, circle, everything, PlayStation buttons, every single little part you have, put that in a bag. And yeah, that's about it. Once you do all that, you'll be free to make your own custom buttons or whatever. It's not as easy as it looks, though. I recommend getting a little bit more experience before you start messing around with buttons and stuff. But yeah, that's about it. Also, one more thing I want to show you is the thumbsticks on a controller are not that hard to take off. You can just pull, and there's the thumbstick. They're a little bit harder to get on because it's an axis, so it's all wobbly and crap. But wait, it's not that hard to get back on. It's just getting it in the right spot. Cause yeah, see, now it's back on. Not gonna fall off. Yep. So yeah, that's basically the tutorial on how to take apart a PlayStation controller. If you have any questions, don't feel obligated to message me, but if you have any questions, feel free to message me. I'm always, most of the time, on YouTube to answer your questions. I will always get back to you, I promise that. I'll get back to you. Please rate, comment, and subscribe. If you subscribe to me, I'll subscribe back, and thank you for watching. Please, I always say this every video, but there'll be a link down in the bar below. Please subscribe to Ion's the Crew. Me and him, we play Call of Duty together. We're in the same clan. He's really cool. He's a cool guy. He makes some pretty cool videos, so check him out. He posts daily, so check him out. He's a pretty cool guy. Yeah, that's about it. Thank you for watching, and please rate, comment, subscribe.